Did you know that not all Ohio workplace injuries happen in an instant? Some develop slowly over time. They happen one keystroke, one heavy lift, one long shift at a time. If you've ever felt pain in your wrists, back, or shoulders after a long day at work, you might be suffering from an overexertion or repetitive strain injury. Fact: repetitive strain injuries, RSI, and overexertion injuries are one of the most common reasons Ohio workers file for workers' compensation, and yet many valid claims are denied. I'm Greg Mitchell with Agee, Clymer, Mitchell and Portman, and today I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know about these injuries, including real-life examples of how they affect everyday workers just like you and what you can do if you think you have a claim. Overexertion happens when your body is pushed beyond its limits, whether it's lifting heavy loads, repetitive motions, or even prolonged standing or sitting in one position. Repetitive strain injuries, or RSIs, develop gradually when the same muscles, tendons, or nerves are overused day after day. Many people assume that workplace injuries only happen in construction or factory jobs, but let me tell you, that's simply not true. Overexertion and repetitive strain injuries affect workers in all industries, including jobs you wouldn't expect. Take John, for example. He's a CPA who has spent the last 15 years typing, clicking a mouse, and reviewing financial reports. Over time, his hands started going numb, his fingers tingled constantly, and his grip strength weakened. Turns out he had developed carpal tunnel syndrome, a repetitive strain injury caused by constant hand and wrist movements. Without proper treatment, it could have cost him his career. Now let's talk about Terry, a registered nurse. Every day she moves and lifts patients, stands for long hours, and works back-to-back shifts. After years of strain, her lower back pain became unbearable. She needed medical treatment and time off. But when she filed for workers' compensation, her employer tried to claim that it wasn't really a workplace injury. Here's the truth. Even if your injury happened gradually, it is still a workplace injury. If your job is causing you pain, you have the right to seek medical treatment and compensation. And if your employer or their insurance company is pushing back, that's where we step in. But the best way to deal with workplace injuries is to prevent them before they start. Here are a few simple but effective ways to protect yourself from overexertion and RSI injuries at work. The first tip is to improve your posture. If you sit for long hours, keep your back straight and shoulders relaxed. Use a chair with lumbar support and position your screen at eye level. Next tip is to take frequent breaks. Set a reminder to stand up and stretch every 30 minutes to an hour. If your job requires repetitive motions, switch tasks when possible. Tip number 3, use ergonomic equipment. Wrist supports, standing desks, and adjustable chairs can reduce strain. In factories or warehouses, use lifting aids instead of straining muscles. And finally, lift properly for jobs that require heavy lifting. Bend your knees, not your back, when picking up objects. Keep heavy loads close to your body to reduce stress on your spine. Even with the best precautions, injuries still happen, and if they do, you need to know your rights. Here are some steps to take if you have an overexertion or RSI injury at work. Step 1, report your symptoms to your employer. Even if it started gradually, you need to document it. Step 2, see a doctor who specializes in workplace injuries. Get a formal diagnosis. Step 3, file a workers' compensation claim with the Ohio Bureau of Workers' Compensation. Step 4, keep a record of all medical treatments, prescriptions, and any time off work. Step 5, call an attorney if your claim is delayed, denied, or undervalued. Actually, the earlier the better, so we can help you every step of the way. You don't have to live in pain or worry about losing your job. If you believe your work has caused or aggravated an injury, Agee, Clymer, Mitchell and Portman can help you fight for your rights. Call us today for a free case review at 614-221-3318 or visit us online at ageeclymer.com. Thank you for watching.